Welcome to DRAGS. Today we've got the 2022 Subaru WRX going against the 2022 Hyundai Elantra N in a bite-sized, boosted-up battle to the finish. So what is DRAGS? That's where we take two cars and send them down this airfield. When they get to the end, they have to brake hard, flip around, and come back to the finish line. That means you get a standing quarter mile, hard braking, handling, and a rolling start all in one. We'll race them once, then we'll swap drivers and do it again. That way we can weed out the pretenders from the contenders. So going head to head today, we have the 2022 Subaru WRX with 271 horsepower. And the 2022 Hyundai Elantra N with 276 horsepower. One's all-wheel drive, one is front-wheel drive, but both come with a manual transmission. Sick. Our drivers today are Edmunds test drivers Kurt and Reese. I'm your host, Ryan ZumMallen, and make sure you click like and hit subscribe so that we can keep making more DRAGS videos for you. Also, if you want to get a cash offer on your car right now, go to edmunds.com/sellmycar. Yes, it's really that easy. If either one of them can jump out to a big lead, that could very well be the difference, because I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of a difference going around the corner, and I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of difference in top speed either, but we'll see. I think it's going to be close.
So I am in the Hyundai Elantra N, and unlike Kurt, I have launch control. That's good because I've got front wheel drive where he has all-wheel drive, but it's pretty easy to set up in here. You hit one of the two N buttons on the steering wheel like this, which automatically sets the car up into its most aggressive mode. You go to the infotainment on the N mode button, then go over, and there's a little launch control that you can activate. Now, if you actually go into the menu, you can even adjust the launch RPM. But after a few practice runs, I'm gonna set it at 2,500, which is its lowest setting. You hit the activate, it says activation lasts 5 minutes, and then clutch in first gear. That's it.
All right, this is the new WRX. And from this position, it looks pretty much kind of like the last WRX, except for this huge screen here. If anybody's familiar with WRXs, there's no real trick to launching them other than you just rev the snot out of the engine and sidestep the clutch and go for it. There is no launch control in this new one, so it's just down to that poor clutch. These two cars are actually pretty evenly matched. This car is a little bit heavier, probably because it has all-wheel drive. I honestly don't know who's gonna win this one. Yeah, that's it. Kind of worried about turbo lag at the hairpin down there. I'm gonna have to get on the throttle early. I wish I could grab a handful of e-brake and pivot the thing around like Richard Burns, but nobody sent me to rally school yet. So here we go.
Countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, the WRX out to a big jump.
Oh, it's not a good thing launching one of these. It feels so abusive.
Come on.
He's hanging in there though, I gotta say. Turn. Power, boost, come on. Oh no, he's probably gonna get me.
Come on, go.
Come on, no. Horsepower? What's that?
It's real close. Elantra.
Oh.
This might be the video that proves to some of you N is for real. For an Elantra N to come out here and smack a WRX, even though the WRX beat it off the line, it's pretty impressive.
For those of you interested, peak boost was 14.4 PSI on that losing run.
Well, how about that Subaru, Kurt?
I hate launching this car. It feels so abusive.
It really feels like you're gonna break the thing. Like the entire car shudders every single shift.
As a person that likes to keep their car for 20 years, it's just hard to put it up to like 6,000 RPM and just sidestep the clutch. Ugh.
That thing does not get off the line any other way.
How does that thing turn? Because this thing is really reluctant. You have to slow it down to the point where it basically falls out of boost, but it's too fast for first gear, and it's kind of unsatisfying to hook it around a hairpin. I mean, I can't e-brake it, obviously, but how's that?
Well, as much as I usually prefer to heel toe, I've got the rev matching on, which is really helpful. I'm only dropping it down to second, but I've got enough boost coming around here. The problem is getting on to the power. It's I'm still hitting stability control a little too early, but man, we got here right at about the same time.
There's not a lot more power in that, but it is 200 pounds lighter, and it shows right here. I'm solidly into fourth gear, and it's pulling as hard as it can, but that thing just slowly pulled away.
Okay, let's change lanes and do it again.
Yeah, let's do that. I want to win.
So now I'm in the Subaru, which has the advantage of all-wheel drive and not much else. But if I can get off the line better, I might still have a chance.
All right, so now I'm in the Elantra N, and I've decided to not use launch control. Launch control takes a long time to reactivate after it's been used, and I think I can probably get a better launch if I just slip the clutch like a regular person. But I'm looking forward to seeing how this car handles around that hairpin turn. I think I might have the advantage on this one. So I don't know. Wish me luck, or don't. I don't care. What's the matter? You got some bright light in your eye there? What's going on?
Okay, here we go. Countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Pretty good launches. Go, go.
Not a bad start, I'll take it.
Dang.
This engine makes good power. Love rev matching. Oh, good steering feel. Good steering feel, good power. LSD.
Oh, he's got me.
Works great in this car. Oh, Subaru's nowhere. The changing of the guard in the small sedan class.
Too much power, man, Elantra. Fast across the line, too. That's a decisive 2-0 victory, guys.
That was a change.
I mean, the only way this car could get better is if you made it in a wagon. Maybe if I didn't stall it either. Oh, amateur hour.
Oh!
All right, so I noticed right away that this car turns and feels much, much, much better than that car does.
Steering's nice, right? Real accurate, tells you exactly what the tires are doing. Yeah, it's kind of vague and messy over here in the Subaru.
Yeah, there's just so much push. I mean, I know that car is set up more probably to do rally stuff, but you'd think with most people only using them on the street, they'd be a little bit more sophisticated on asphalt.
Yeah, it really just wants to push out. And like you mentioned earlier, if this thing's not on boost, there's nothing. There's no power anywhere. So unfortunately, this turn is a second gear corner, and it just feels so sluggish. Watching you come up, I knew you had it. You look really handsome in your periwinkle.
Nothing wrong with periwinkle.
So what happened? Well, the Hyundai is faster is what happened. Unfortunately, our testing equipment failed in race 1, but it's clear that the Elantra N had a rough start. The WRX beat it off the line and to the quarter mile. In the end, the Elantra N just needed some space to put the power down. Close finish though. In race 2, the equipment worked, but you don't need that to see that the Elantra N nailed the start. While this time, the WRX struggled to get going, and the Elantra N won to the quarter mile. The WRX tried to catch up, pulling almost a full G around the turn. But at that point, it was already doomed. And this time, the winner was clear. Best time for the Subaru? 38 seconds flat in race 1. That brings up the rear on the leaderboard, but this strikes us as not too shabby considering its price and horsepower. Sadly for the WRX, the Elantra N simply fared better, putting up a respectable 37.6 on the board in its second run.
Here we are with my beautiful blue baby boys. Kurt, a pretty decisive win.
Yeah, this car and everything about it, when you compare it to that car, was just better. The launch was better, the clutch felt better, transmission felt better, the steering felt better, power felt better. It won, so it is better.
Yeah.
So it's the better, beautiful blue baby boy. Got it. Reese, the biggest difference in the driving experience between these two is?
Honestly, the steering and the turn-in. To Kurt's point, like everything feels a little better in the Elantra, but it really is the steering for me. Getting around down there and turning around, You can get on the power so much better. You really feel what the front tires are doing. The Subaru just feels a little vague and sloppy. And while I know it's got all-wheel drive, I still don't get a ton of sense of what the tires are doing. The steering in the Elantra might be better than the M4.
Oh!
I know, that's hot, but like, I know, right?
Yeah.
It is. The steering in that car is so good. And you know what? Albert Biermann, former BMW M engineer, was in charge of the Elantra and all the N Division cars.
Spitting straight facts
Yeah.
on you, DRAGS. I like it. All right, well, I'm gonna drive the Elantra then. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more DRAGS, and leave us a comment below to let us know what we should put this up against now. I'm gonna try out that steering.